I've directed a long plethora of projects, from feature films to short films to music videos, and each time I learned something new that I wish I had in the previous project that would make it go a lot more smoothly. But that's the life of a director. You learn, you adapt, and you just make the next project better.
Here's 5 things that I learned that hopefully will help you on your first or next project. Number 1, try to have the answers to everything. The smallest questions come up on a film set. What's in the character's pocket? What time is it? How should I hold this glass? Does my character have some sort of jewelry that means a lot to him? Things like this mean more to the actor because it helps them get into character, but it also helps build your story. Even if you don't know that answer, don't say, I don't know, figure it out. Now, you don't have to be a control freak. If you're a more laid back person, then asking your actor what they think, it doesn't make you a bad director. They are that character. You don't have to have every single answer in a yes or no fashion. But if you don't know, and then you ask your actor, maybe they'll give you an idea that you never would have thought of, and that helps bring your character even further. As long as you're not saying figure it out for yourself, you guys go back and forth on a conversation on what the character might feel. Maybe there's a necklace that resembles, a love interest that he had a while back, or a piece of clothing that they got from a grandparent. Maybe they can bring personal circumstances in their life that'll help bring that character to life. And this brings me to my next point, number 2. It's okay to get advice from someone who isn't the director. Sometimes the people who aren't thinking about the shots or how to block a scene or the scene itself have the best answers because their mind is a bit more clear. Now, again, you are the director, so don't take advice every single time. This is your project and you want it to be what you want it to be. But if you don't know how to do something, or you don't know where to go, or maybe a piece of dialogue isn't really working, having that outside person give you some sort of advice or a suggestion is okay, because their mind's a bit more clear than yours, because yours is running a million miles a minute. I have to get this shot done, we're on a time crunch, blah blah blah, this, that, the other thing. And when someone isn't thinking about all that, they have more brain room to think and give those really good suggestions. Lesson 3, let your actors go off script. When I first started directing, I used to think that the lines had to be said a certain way and as I wrote it. No matter how weird it sounded, that's what I wanted. Sometimes you say something in your head when you're writing it and it sounds nice, but when you hear someone else say it, it sounds a little blocky or it sounds unauthentic. And when you allow your actors to go off script, they'll be able to say it in a way that a normal person would say it. Or they say it in a way that maybe you didn't think of. Maybe in the script you wrote that your character says it with a somber tone, but they kind of say it with a different tone, and it works. Your actors are there to bring a character to life, and you have to allow them to have some sort of free leniency to do that. Otherwise, you're not gonna have an authentic performance most of the time. Sometimes you will. In my experiences, when I let them go off script, I feel like they give an authentic performance. Sometimes I write dialogue that isn't very good, but I allow my actors that leniency to go off script. I tell them, hey, if that's not rolling off your tongue properly, take it a different route. I've come to learn that my dialogue is a baseline. It is the concrete and foundation of a house, and my actors are the carpenter building that house the way I want it. Number 4, make your set fun and also productive. The two go hand in hand. People don't want to be on a set that they're miserable at. Make it fun. It's okay to laugh on set. It's okay to joke around. But when action is yelled or when the scene needs to be set up, hold off a bit. Get things how you want it. Light, this, that, the other thing. But don't be a dictator on set. If your cast and crew can't have some sort of fun or they feel like they're walking on eggshells, you're not going to get the best product. And a lot of people think that a director is just the boss, do this, do that. I want it like this. You are a manager in some sort of sense. You are a director. You want something done in an effective way, sure. But how do you expect your cast and crew or your workers to do something in an effective manner if they're miserable? If they're miserable, they don't want to be there. They're not going to, they don't care. They don't want to be there. That's just plain and simple. They don't want to be there. If they're miserable, they don't want to be there. If they know they can have a good time while working, they're going to want to stay and put 100% in. Joke between takes, give compliments, It's okay. If you're a little behind, keep the ball rolling and joke here and there, but don't be this stiff dictator on set, because no one's gonna want to work with you and no one's gonna want to help you bring your vision to life. Number 5, leave a scene lingering. When an actor finishes their lines or when they finish an action, don't yell cut yet. Give it a few seconds. They might do something that they feel the character would do in the moment, and it could be the greatest thing of the film. You know, it might be this subtle foreshadowing, or it might be something that just showcases a character's emotion and mindset. So give the scene a few more beats before you yell cut. Let the actor do their job and let them embrace the character. Directing taught me that knowing what you want is half the job. The other half is creating a space where people actually want to spend time there and give you their best efforts and help you get the product that you want. Directing can be messy, it can be overwhelming, but the minute you yell cut and you know in your bones that you got the shot, there's nothing like that feeling. I hope these tips gave you some sort of insight on how it is to be a director, and it'll help you on your very first directing debut or your next directing project. Let me know in the comments if you like videos like this, and send me some of your work. I really want to see it. You know, as a creative, I love to see other people's visions come to life. And I will see you guys in the next frame.